Hello, my name is Mary Rose Coker, and I want to thank you for inviting me to present my findings on the achievement gap in education. The title of my presentation is Bridging the Gap, Understanding the Achievement Gap and Strategies to Close the Gap. As educators, we are always looking for ways to better ourselves so we can better our students. Part of understanding what helps all of our students to succeed is looking at achievement gaps in education. Due to the persistent achievement gap, minority students are less likely to graduate from high school, earn a college degree, or obtain a well-paying job. The focus of my presentation will be Hispanic and Black students, for they do not excel academically as much as their students on average. In looking at the table of contents, we will be discussing the definition and factors of the achievement gap in education. We will then look at the National Assessment of Education Progress Reports, which explains the results of achievement among different groups of students. Then we will look at two high schools in Illinois, East Aurora and Homewood Flossmoor. Finally, after the research and findings, we will lay out some strategies to implement in an effort to close the gaps. Let's get started. Achievement gap defined. Achievement gap in education refers to the inequality in academic performance between groups of students. Achievement gap is reflected in grades, standardized test scores, and college readiness. The achievement gap that currently exists between white and minority students has been and will continue to be a continuing problem in education. Studies have shown that gap in achievement between white and minority students is prevalent before kindergarten and persists to adulthood. The question is, what can be done to change things within our educational system? Achievement gap with possible factors. A factor of the achievement gap is socioeconomic status. Poverty and income inequality allows for higher dropout rates due to reduced access to educational enrichment opportunities. Students of low SES are lacking in good nutrition and they have inappropriate healthcare services. Another factor is psychological constructs with institutionalized predispositions and cultural biases. Lower academic expectation causes for enrollment in less challenging classes, which negatively affects educational achievement because the institution has already established the expectation given the cultural stereotypes. Another factor is disadvantaged schools. With lower quality schools, there are ineffective teaching strategies, overcrowding, and inferior of educational resources and buildings. Parental and family involvement is another factor, with family history having a low educational accomplishment, unemployment, instability of family structure causes lower educational and career aspirations. English language fluency. Low language understanding and literacy causes for educational underperformance, decreased academic motivation, which results in higher dropout rates. Last, flawed testing and test bias. Flawed testing designs are written with cultural bias by using terms, situations, and concepts that are not familiar with minority students. An example of this would be computer-based testing with the PARCC. Many of our students do not have access to a computer nor know how to navigate a computer, which makes the PARCC very difficult for some students to take. The National Assessment of Educational Progress is the largest nationally representative and continuing assessment of what America's students know and can do in various subject areas. We will be looking at the grade 4 and grade 8 students with a focus on mathematics and the reading assessment in 2007 and 2009. Hispanic students and white students. The scores increased overall. However, the achievement gap did not change significantly. The math achievement gap in grade 4 was about 21 points, and grade 8 was about 26. The reading achievement gap, grade 4 was about 26 points, and grade 8 was about 25. The black students and the white students. The math and the reading scores for both black and white school students in grade 4 and grade 8 were higher than any other previous assessment. The achievement gaps in 2007 were narrower than in previous assessments in grades 4 and 8 in math and in grade 4 in reading. White students had an average score of at least 26 points higher than black students in each subject area. So, overall, The scores are increasing, but the achievement gap remains the same. Taking what we know about achievement gaps in education between minority students and white students, we looked at 2 schools in particular to see the academic snapshots of both schools, as well as the strategies that they have implemented into their educational systems. The talking points of the administrator interview were as principal credentials and intentions, school demographic breakdowns with students and teachers, academic snapshots of the school, programs at the school, and interventions and support. We will be looking at East Aurora High School District 131 in Aurora, Illinois, with a majority of a Hispanic student population. Then we will be looking at Homewood Flossmoor High School District 233, which is located in Flossmoor, Illinois, with a majority Black student population. First, East Aurora High School. The principal is Spencer Bird. He has 13 years in education as a teacher and coach. This is his 9th year as administrator and his 2nd year at East Aurora High School. His teaching philosophy is encouraging students to get involved in after-school activities. He also encourages parents and guardians to be involved in their students' academic life and after-school programs, because he believes that when students find a connection, they become invested in their school and they are motivated to come to school every day. As their attendance and motivation improves, then their chances of being academically successful increase. East Aurora High School demographics. 84% of the students at East Aurora are Hispanic, 10% are Black, and 4.5% are white. 64.9% of the students are identified as low income. In looking at the educators, out of 823 teachers, 77% of them are white, 16.1% are Hispanic, 3.2% are Black, which is in direct contrast to the student demographic. 79% of the educators at East Aurora are female and 20% are male. It's interesting to note that over half of the educators at East Aurora, at 53.3%, have a master's degree. School snapshot. Some things I want to point out is a PSAE score of a 28%, average class size is 23, total enrollment is over 3,000. Attendance rate is 87, but their graduation rate is only at 63. They do offer 19 AP courses. Their extracurricular activities involves 20 athletic teams, a mentoring program with the community and partnerships, academic enrichment programs of 28. Their most prominent academic enrichment program is the Navy Junior Reserve Officers Training Corporation. They have over 900 cadets, which makes East Aurora the largest high school program in the world. Interventions and support. They have free tutoring programs which are developed to meet each student's needs in the areas of reading, writing, vocabulary, comprehension, math, study skills, and test-taking strategies. They also have additional academic intervention before and after school and for tutoring and library time. They have a family-focused program, AP class support program, and PBIS program. They also have parent liaison, and they have online links for additional support. Homewood Flossmoor High School. The principal is Dr. Ryan Pitcock. He has been a principal for 11 years in Indiana and in Illinois. His last 7 of them were at HF High School. He's been in public education since 1996, starting off as an English teacher. Among his many awards and recognitions, he was named Indiana Association of School Principals State High School Principal of the Year in 2007. He has been named South Cook County Principal of the Year in 2012, and multiple times he was listed as the who's who among America's teachers. He is also known for presenting at the regional, state, and national levels at conferences and seminars on school improvement and instructional practices. School demographics for HF. 66.5% are Black, 22.6% of them are white, 5.9% of the students are Hispanic. 24.9% of the students at HF are identified as low income. Of the 182 teachers at HF, 83.5% of them are white, 11.9% are Black, 3.5% Hispanic, which is also in direct contrast with the school demographics. I find it interesting to note that the female and male population of the educators are almost divided in half. female at 50.1, and male at 49.9. Also, most of the educators at HF, at 78.3%, have a master's degree. School snapshot of HF. PSAE scores 53%. Average class size is 19. Total enrollment is 2,811. Their attendance rate is at 93 and their graduation rate is at 94. They offer 23 advanced placement courses, 9 international baccalaureate courses, 29 career and tech ed courses, and a work study program. For their extracurricular activities, they have 36 athletic teams, 13 community programs and partnerships, and 15 fine and applied art programs. They have 5 before and after school care interventions and support programs, such as tutoring, weekend tutoring, academic intervention, credit academy, and homework recovery. They also have 57 academic enrichment programs. They also have student assistant programs such as ambassadors, peer helpers, and Operation Snowball. Additionally, they have social work groups such as divorce group, alpha beta group, concerned persons, grief and loss, transfer group, cancer support group, and girls emotional control group. Their parent association is called the HFPA, which enriches communications with HF families, staff, administration, and the community. Taking what we know about achievement gaps in education between minority students and white students, and compiling all the data, here are some strategies to implement. Challenging curriculum and college readiness provides all students with the opportunity to enroll in rigorous and challenging courses. Exposure to higher level thinking encourages college readiness. Extracurricular activities encourages student participation, and it increases the chances of academic excellence by providing them with a connection to their school and community. Interventions and support give students every chance to find success in the school, academic, and social. Easily accessible for all students before, during, and after school, and peer support and mentoring programs are crucial with academic, social, and emotional support. Last but not least, communication is key. Open the lines of communication with students, parents, faculty, and community members, for it takes a village. Clearly define standards, objectives, expectations, and consequences for all members involved. Lastly, provide resources for families to access at their convenience. If you would like to research this topic further on your own, please feel free to look at some of my references. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.